Hello friends, welcome to Learner's Planet. Friends, this is our first session for allegation and mixture. Friends, this is a innovative method to solve the problems related to percentage, ratio, proportion and profit and loss. Even we can use this technique or this method to solve the problems of time in work, time and distance also. Okay, now what actually allegation is? Friends, allegation is a rule that enables us to find the proportion in which two or more than two ingredients at the given price must be mixed to produce a mixture at a given price. Okay. I would just recommend you to go through the sessions of percentage, ratio and proportion and profit and loss before this session. Okay. And definitely you are having your paper and pen with you, so you'll be solving the problems with me. And since you have attended all the sessions, that is percentage, ratio and proportion, profit and loss, so I hope you are clear with the basics of all of them. Okay, now let's begin to take some concepts of the topic. Now let's see some definitions. Simple mixture, it's a mixture of two different ingredients. Okay, now compound mixture is a mixture of two or more simple mixtures made of same ingredients in different proportion. Now definition of allegation we have already discussed. Once again, when different quantities of different values are mixed together to produce a mixture of a mean value, the ratio of their quantities are inversely proportional to the difference in their mean value. That means quantity of smaller value ingredient and quantity of larger value ingredient is larger value minus mean value over mean value minus smaller value. Friends, this is a fantastic technique and we can use a pictorial representation to solve the problems of allegation. Okay, just see how. Let's take an example. Suppose I have an alcohol of 20%. 20% alcohol means the water content is 80% and the alcohol content is 20%. Okay, so first of all I'm having the alcohol content 20%. So first, and a different mixture in which the alcohol content is say 50%. That means 20% alcohol and 80% water. And in this 50% alcohol and 50% water. Now I wish to have a mixture in which say 35% alcohol should be there, and I have to prepare that mixture by mixing these two. Okay, now I have 20% alcohol with me and I have 50% alcohol with me, and I wish to make a 35% alcohol. Okay, now this is how the allegation technique is represented. Okay, now we just have to see the deviation of this from this. It's 15. Definitely it's a mean value. It is a smaller, it's a larger, and it's a mean value. So it's greater than this value and less than this value. So we have to find out the difference. So 35 minus 20, here it is 15 once again. So this portion and this portion, that is 20% alcohol and 50% alcohol, both of them should be mixed in equal quantity. So you'll be getting a solution of 35% alcohol. Okay, so two values and their mean values. We just find the difference. The difference of these two is written over here and the difference of these two is written over here. So that is a pictorial representation of allegation. And earlier we have discussed the formula. Okay, now let's take one more example. Friends, the technique of allegation is actually very interesting and very useful, but sometimes students get confused where to use this technique. So we'll be solving good number of problems. So we'll be getting an idea where to apply this technique. So whenever you are having two extreme data and one their mean data, then you can apply the allegation technique. Okay, and it can be applied on various topics as I have already discussed. It's profit and loss, percentage, ratio, proportion, time and speed, time and work. On this various topics, this technique can be applied. You must be having a pretty good experience of applying this technique. Okay, and which we'll be discussing with different applications. Okay, let's take the next example. Let's take one profit and loss problem. Suppose I have 100 kilogram sugar. Some portion of it I am selling at 7% profit, and some portion of it I am selling at 17% profit. And as a whole, I am making 10% profit. Now I have to find out what was the quantity I have sold at 7% profit and what is the quantity I have sold on 17% profit. Now that means we have to find the breakup of 100 kilogram. Now some quantity has been sold at 7% and some quantity has been sold at 17%, and overall it is 10% profit. Okay, so just difference of these two is 3, and the difference between these two, I'm really sorry. Okay, so on 7% profit I have sold the 7th part, and on 17% profit I have sold the 3 parts. Okay, so in all it is 10 parts. That means 70 kilograms and 30 kilograms. Okay, that is a breakup of 100 kilograms. So 70 kilograms has been sold at 7% profit and 30 kilogram has been sold at 17% profit. Okay, so I hope you are clear. Now let's take this question. Gold is 19 times as heavy as water and copper is 9 times as heavy as water. Find the ratio should the two metals be mixed in order to form an alloy 13 times as heavy as water. Very simple problem. Gold is 19 times of water and copper is 9 times of water. Okay, and we want an alloy that is 13 times as heavy as water, and that alloy we have to prepare by mixing gold and copper in some definite ratio. Okay, and that ratio we have to find out. Okay, just complete the picture. It's 19 minus 13, it is 6, and 13 minus 9, it is 4. That means in 4:6 ratio we have to mix, or we can say it is 2:3 ratio. So in 2:3 ratio, gold and copper should be mixed. So the alloy which will be obtained will be 13 times as heavy as water. Okay, I hope you are getting my point. Now let's see this question. A goldsmith has two qualities of gold, one of 16 carats and other of 22 carats. In what proportion should they be mixed to get a gold of 18 carats? Now these are the extreme values and this is the mean value. So it is 16 carat gold and it is 22 carat gold, and by mixing both of them we have to prepare 18 carat gold. Okay, so difference between these two is 2 and difference between these two is 4. So it is 2:1 ratio. That means the 16 carat gold should be mixed in 2 parts and 22 carat gold should be mixed in 1 part. So the desired ratio is the desired carat of gold is achieved. Okay, I hope you are clear. Now let's see this question. In what ratio must a grocer mix two varieties of pulses costing rupees 15 and 20 per kilogram so as to get a mixture worth rupees 16.5 per kilogram for the two extreme values and their mean value, and we have to find out the ratio of these two extreme value to get the desired mixture. Okay, desired quantity, or we can say desired mixture. Okay, now it is 15 over here, 20 over here, it is 16.5. Here it is 1.5 and 20 minus 16.5 is 3.5. So the ratio is 35:15, or we can say 5 sevens and 5 3, that is 7:3. Okay, so it's very easy technique. You just have to have an idea where this technique can be applied, and that you will be getting by doing problems. Okay, let's take the next one. I hope you are clear with the concept of allegation. Just do this problem on your own and match your procedure and answer with mine. Find the ratio in which rice at rupees 7.2 a kilogram be mixed with rice at 5.7 to produce a mixture of 6.3. No need to elaborate. It's 7.2, it's 5.7, and we wish to have 6.3. Okay, so it is 0.9, it is 0.6, so it is 2:3 ratio. As simple as that. A problem which is taking only 30 seconds to get solved. Okay, now let's do this interesting question. In what ratio must water be mixed with milk costing rupees 12 per liter to obtain a mixture of rupees 8 per liter? Friends, here we are given the mean value and one extreme value, that is, this is the price of milk. Okay, and we wish to get a mixture of 8 rupees per liter, and we wish to mix water. Now what is the value over here? Friends, in this sort of question, the value of water is assumed to be 0 rupees. Okay, that is 0 rupees per liter. So it is 0 over here. Okay, so water is costing 0 rupees per liter and this milk is costing 12 rupees per liter. By mixing both of them, we wish to have a mixture of 8 rupees per liter. Okay, so it is 12 minus 8, 4, and it is 8 minus 0, 8. That means 4:8, or we can say 1:2. That means for every part of water, 2 part of milk should be mixed. So the desired mixture will cost 8 rupees per liter. Okay, I hope you are clear. Now do this simple problem on your own and then match your answer with mine. Our trader has 15 kilogram of pulses, part of which he is selling at 8% profit and rest at 18% profit. He gains 14% as a whole. What is the quantity sold at 18% profit? Okay, so let's find it out. 14 minus 8 is 6 and 18 minus 14 is 4. So the ratio is 2:3. That means we have to make a breakup of 50 kilogram in 2:3, so it will be 20 and 30. Now what is the quantity he is selling at 18% profit? It is 30 kilogram. As simple as that. The problem which can be done in less than 30 seconds. Okay. Now friends, let's see this interesting problem, very commonly asked in various entrance examination. Friends, in this case, so suppose let's say this question: in an enclosure of a zoo, there are some rabbits and pigeons. If their heads are counted, they are 80, while their legs are 260. We have to find out the number of pigeons. Since we don't have any mean value over here and we cannot make a comparison of heads and legs. So how this problem will be solved by allegation technique? Friends, this problem can be solved by making equations, that is simultaneous equations with 2 variables. Then you can solve this problem easily. Okay. Now with this technique, some logical thinking we have to apply. Friends, since there are 80 heads, that means in all there are 80 animals. That means we have to make a breakup of 80 between rabbits and pigeons. Now rabbits have 4 legs and pigeons have 2 legs. Now since we are having total number of legs with us, we can make a comparison of legs of rabbits and pigeons. Friends, since there are 80 animals, I assume all of them are rabbits. Okay. If all of them are rabbits and each rabbit is having 4 legs, so in all there should be 320 legs, isn't it? And now if all of them are pigeons, then 80 pigeons will be having 160 legs. Okay, but we are having how many legs? It is 260, which is somewhere between 320 and 160. Now the problem becomes very simple. I have a mixture of 320, I have another mixture of 160, and I have to prepare a mixture worth 260 by mixing both of them. Okay, in this case these are legs of rabbits, these are legs of pigeons, and these are the legs available with us. Okay, now just find out the ratio. It's 60 over here, that is 320 minus 260, and it is 260 minus 160, 100 over here. So the ratio is 10 is to 6, or we can say 5 is to 3. So it is 50 and 30, the breakup of 80. So that means there are 50 rabbits and 30 pigeons. Okay, so the number of pigeons are 30. The very simple problem. And if you are clear about the concept of allegations, you can solve this problem in less than 45 seconds. Okay. Now let's see this problem. The concept is quite similar to the previous problem. A sum of rupees 41 was divided among 50 boys and girls. Each boy gets 90 paisa and each girls get 65 paisa. We have to find out the number of boys. Okay. Now boys and girls. Further, let's assume all of them are boys. If all of them are boys, then if each boy is getting 90 paisa, then 50 boys will be getting 50 into 90, that is 45 rupees. And if all of them are girls, then if each girl is getting 65 paisa, that means 50 girls must be getting 32 rupees 50 paisa. But actual amount is what? 41. Okay, so just find out the ratio. 45 minus 41, it is 4, and 32 minus 5, 41 minus 32.5 is 8.5. Okay, so the ratio is 17 is to 8. This total is 25, but our total is 50. That means double of this. That means 34 and 16. So the number of boys is 34 and number of girls is 16. And we are asked about number of boys, so it must be 34. As simple as that. The problem takes just 45 seconds to get solved. I hope you are getting the technique of allegation and the concepts or the problems in which the technique can be applied is also getting clear to you. Now let's take the next problem. Now let's see this question. A man possessing rupees 8400 lent a part of it at 8% interest and the remaining at 6 2 by 3% simple interest. His total income after 1.5 years was rupees 882. We have to find the sum lent at different rates. Okay friends, further the similar concept. Now how would we do this problem by allegation technique? Friends, this 8% at this 6 2 by 3% is the rate per annum, and his total income is given after 1.5 years. So if 8% is per annum, for 1.5 year it will be 12%. Okay, so it's 12%, and it is 6 2 by 3% for 1 year. That means for 1.5 year it will be 10%. Okay, since the entire calculation is given for 1.5 year. Now further the similar pattern. Suppose all the amount has been given at 12% interest, then what is the interest earned? It is 84 into 12. Okay, so 12% interest. And if all the amount has been given at 10% interest, that means it is 84 into 10. Okay, so it's 1008 and it is 840. I would further make a recap over here. If the entire amount has been given for 12% interest, that means his earning might have been 1008 rupees. Okay, that is 12% of 8400. Okay, if the entire amount has been given for 8%, then his earning would have been 840 rupees, but his actual earning is 882. Okay, so these are two extreme values and this is the mean value which will produce the ratio of these two. Okay, now it is 882 minus 840, it is 42. And 1008 minus 882 is 126. Okay, now what is the ratio? It is 1:3. That is 42 threes are 126. That means one part has been given at 12% interest, that is 8% per annum, and the three parts has been given at 8% interest, that is 6 2 by 3% per annum. Okay, so we have to break 8400 into 1:3 ratio. Okay, so 1/4 of 8400, and that is 2100 rupees, and 3/4 of 8400, that is 6300 rupees. So 2100 rupees is lent on 12% interest, that is 8% interest actually, since this 12% is for 1.5 years, and 6300 rupees has been lent on 6 2 by 3%. Okay, so find the sum lent at different rates is 2100 and 6300, and respective rates of interest are here, that is this. Okay, I hope you are clear. Now further, out of 231 articles some are sold at 12% profit and remaining are 2% loss, but overall there is a gain of 8%. So how many articles were sold at 12% gain? Now friends, just observe the calculation carefully. It is 12%, it is profit part, and 2% it is a loss part. So I'll just put a minus over here since it is loss. Okay, so it is 12% profit, it is 2% loss, and overall there is a profit of 8%. Okay, now further the same way, it's 12 minus 8, it is 4, and it is 8 minus minus 2. Friends, be careful, it is already one minus is there, so it will be 8 minus minus 2, that will be 10. Okay, so it is 10:4, or we can say 5:2 ratio. Now how many articles were sold at 12%? So it is 5 part out of 7 part. So out of 231, 165 articles are sold at 12% profit. Okay, very simple problem, and a concept of profit and loss has been used over here. Now let's see this question. Friends, I'm sure you can do this problem on your own, so just try and match your answer with mine. A sum of rupees 280 was divided among 110 boys and girls such that each boy gets rupees 3 and girl gets rupees 2. We have to find out the number of boys. Once again, let's assume all 110 are boys. Then the total amount required is 110 into 3, that is 330. Okay, now assume all of them are girls, so the total amount required is 110 into 2, that is 220. But what is the actual amount to be distributed? It is 280. Okay, just get the ratio, as simple as that. It is 60 and it is 50. So the ratio is 6:5 of boys and girls, or we can say 60 boys and 50 girls. So we are asked number of boys, it will be 60. A very simple problem which can be done in just 30 to 40 seconds. I hope you are getting my point. Now let's see this question. In what ratio must a grocer mix two varieties of tea worth rupees 60 a kilogram and 65 a kilogram so that by selling the mixture at rupees 68.2 a kilogram he may gain 10%? Friends, the 60 and the 65, they are representing cost price, but this 68.2 is representing selling price. So to apply allegation technique, all of them should represent a single variable. Okay. Now this is selling price over here. So, and we are having a 10% profit as a whole. So let's find out the cost price of this mixture. Okay. So what is SP by CP? Here it is 10% profit. So SP by CP is 11 by 10, that you might have learned in profit and loss session. And if we are not clear about this concept, then do attend the profit and loss session once again. Okay. Now selling price is 68.2. So we can find out the mean cost price. Okay. That means the cost price of the mixture, which is producing 10% profit. Okay. So cost price is equal to selling price, that is 68.2 into 10 by 11. Okay, so it is 62. So the mean cost price is 62. Now it is very easy for us to find out the ratio of this and this. Now it is 60 and it is 65 and the mean cost price is 62. So it is 3:2. Okay. I'm sure you are clear. Now friends, it is quite similar problem to the previous one. Just solve it on your own and match your answer and solution with mine. Let's see. How many kilograms of sugar costing rupees 9 per kilogram must be mixed with 27 kilogram of sugar costing rupees 7 per kilogram? So this is the cost price, two types of cost price, and there may be a profit of 10% by selling the mixture as rupees 9.24 per kilogram. Further, this is the selling price which cannot be compared with cost price in the method of allegation. So first of all, we have to find out the mean cost price, that is 9.24 by 1.1. Okay. So it is 8.4 rupees per kilogram. Now it's 9, it's 7, and the mean value, or we can say the mean cost price is 8.4. Okay, so it's 0.6, it is 1.4. So the ratio of these two is 7:3. Now since we are given 27 kilogram of sugar costing rupees 7, that means this quantity, this 3 represents 27. That means it is 9 times. So if 3 represents 27, 7 would represent 63. Okay, so we have to mix 63 kilogram of 9 rupees per kilo to 27 kilograms of 7 rupees per kilo. Okay, so it is 63 per kilogram, 63 kilogram, I'm sorry. I'm sure you are clear. Now you try this problem and match your solution and answer with mine. Rupees 1000 is lent out in two parts, one at 6% and other at 8%. The total, the yearly income is rupees 75. The sum lent at 8% is. Now let's assume the entire rupees 1000 is lent out at 6%. Then what is the income of interest? It is 6% of 1000, that is rupees 60. And if the entire sum is lent out at 8% interest, then the income would have been 80 rupees. But the true income, that is the income which is realized, is 75 rupees. Okay, so as simple as that, it is 5, it is 15. So the ratio is 1:3. Okay, So we can distribute 1000 in the ratio 1:3, that is 250 and 750. So the amount which is lent at 8% is rupees 750. Okay. Friends, we'll be taking more problems on allegations and mixture in our next session. Till then, do revise this particular session and the requisite session, that is ratio, proportion, percentage, and profit and loss. Okay. I hope you might have enjoyed this technique also. Bye bye.